A door just swung open in the NFC North, and the kind of edge power Chicago craze is standing right behind it, ready to walk through if we push at the exact right moment. This is not a rumor dump. This is a plan built for December wins fresh legs in the fourth. Fewer chips thrown at Montez Sweat, and a cleaner runway for our interior to finish. So lock in with me, because I'm going to connect the dots from the film to the front, office to the scoreboard without wasting a breath. And when I say there's a move on the table that matches who we are, I mean a move with weight in the hands, violence in the first strike, and discipline on early downs that lets us play lighter behind the line and still squeeze the edges shut. The window matters. The league cutoff hits Tuesday, November 4th at 4 p.m. ET. And that timer changes behavior teams stop talking in someday and start talking in what do you need today. And that's exactly when a rotational edge on a rival with a crowded room becomes attainable. For honest day 3 value with simple performance protection. Our need is not glamorous. It's grown man football. Keep Sweat out of constant doubles. Create 2 or 3 honest reset throws per game. And turn 2nd and 5 into 2nd and 8 without sending the house. That means finding a rusher who wins the half-man quickly, plays long against outside zone, and bull-to-rips tackles back into the lap of the passer without losing contain. That profile has a name, and I'm going to it now without fireworks because the tape already lights itself. Kingsley and Enagbare. Green Bay. Long, sturdy, no wasted steps. 4.5 sacks last season, but more importantly a steady drumbeat of pocket dents that force quarterbacks to hitch. He opened 2024 with real responsibility, then saw the snap share flatten as the Packers stacked premium bodies on the edge. Not a demotion for lack of juice, a numbers game that turns into opportunity for us if we're precise. This is why I'm driving this lane. In Chicago, fit over flash wins. And in Enagbare fits what our defense asks from the non-Sweat side-on his edge integrity on first down, functional power on second, and enough first-step kick on third to make protections pay when they slide away. You put him opposite Sweat in nickel, walk both tackles back 2 steps, and suddenly our 3 tech isn't scraping paint to get home. He's rolling downhill because guards can't live in 2 worlds at once. On early downs, let him sit in the shaded 5. Lock out with those long arms, and throttle the C-gap so our backers read. Clean, quiet work that never trends on social media but flips a field in cold weather. If you've watched him, you know his game is built for November in Chicago. Inside hand is rude, pad level is honest, and he doesn't chase bait upfield. That patience is how drives die out. Now let's talk how it changes our Sundays. With Enagbare taking a real slice of the load, Sweat's pitch count gets healthy again, and the fourth quarter becomes about closing speed, not survival. Our coordinator can call more 4-man truth and less telegraph heat because the edges naturally compress the arc. We can run TE games without advertising them, and living in those simulated looks lets us hold shells late and steal slants. The outcome isn't highlight reel sacks every series. It's 2 possessions a game where the passer is a tick late and the ball sails high or dies short. Those are interceptions. Those are short fields. Those are 8-point swings in games that have been decided by 1 score all year. From the front office angle, this is a classic Hollis Hall move when we're operating with discipline. Invest a 5th rounder with a light conditional upgrade if playtime and production hit. Keep the top 4 picks intact and buy a profile that fits our room rather than disrupts it. Rival deals are tricky because nobody wants to be the poster child for helping a neighbor. But the economics are real. Green Bay weighs something now against a future compensatory that can evaporate with 1 splash signing. And they look at a depth chart where good players step on each other's snaps. Our leverage is timing and clarity call early. Set the guardrails and don't blink. In our locker room, the message lands clean. We're not chasing fireworks. We're stacking force. That resonates with veterans. It clicks with the line room, and it tells Sweat the building sees the workload he's been carrying. Let me get concrete with usage, because that's where this gets fun. 3rd and 7, Ball on our 42, crowd hot. Line Enagbare up at a wide 9 into the right tackle. Show a mug from the linebacker to that side. Then pull it late now the tackle's feet are dead. The guard stalls. And Enagbare's bold to rip folds the corner, while Sweat eats on the backside. 2nd and 4 versus outside zone. Stick Enagbare on the tight end side. Hands on, eyes in. Squeeze the hip and spill the cutback into our help textbook. Low drama football that puts the game on our terms. 2-minute drill. Offense trying to steal a field goal. Run a T. Tackle penetrates. End loops to his side. Let the 3-tech knife first. And have Enagbare wrapped tight enough to keep the quarterback from escaping flush. You won't see his name burned into the stat sheet on that play, but you feel his work when the throw floats and a safety gets 2 hands on the ball. That's the ethos here. Hammer, not sparkler. And it fits our identity. We've been a team that asks Sweat to carry the piano and still play it at the end. Adding Enagbare is the friend who picks up the heavy end without asking for the solo dot cost and risk live in the real world. So here's my number. I'm comfortable with a 2026 fifth that escalates to a fourth only if he hits clear thresholds in snaps and sacks. No heavy conditions, no wild escalators. Keep the spine of our draft intact while buying a player whose role is clearly defined. And let's be honest about floors and ceilings. He's not a bend freak who erases tackles on the corner. He's a power-based end who compresses, anchors, and finishes through frames. Good. That's exactly the toolbox that travels into wind and cold. The floor is solid rotation with real early down value. The ceiling is a partner who unlocks one-on-ones for Sweat and spikes your late down success rate in tight games. It also keeps us from tilting the rush plan so hard to one side that offenses can script answers. Balance is underrated. Enagbare gives you balance. And the beauty of this move is the translation time. He isn't switching languages or reinventing his stance. Plug him in. Give him 30 to 40 quality snaps. And let repetition build chemistry. I know some of you are wincing at the in-division piece, and I respect it. But the North is a grown-up neighborhood. Deals happen when incentives align. If Green Bay looks at their depth and decides they'd rather monetize a player than juggle his usage all year, they pick up the phone. Our job is to be ready with the right framework and to stay inside our value lane. No overbids. No panic premiums. Straight trade, smart protection, and immediate utility. From a culture standpoint, this also plays, Enagbare doesn't arrive asking for a billboard. He arrives with a mouth guard and a lunch pail, and he fits next to veterans who just want third down the field shorter. On our side of the ball, the ripple effect is real, with the edge stabilized. The interior can hit upfield with more confidence. The linebackers can hold water a beat longer without getting washed by free-flowing guards. And the back end can drive throws instead of drifting. That's how team defense breathes. And if you're wondering about late-season attrition, this is the exact insurance you want when bodies get tired. 2 trustworthy edges sharing the heavy lifting means nobody has to play hero. Snaps and gasping time, here's my promise as your guy inside. Bears News Fan Report. I'll always choose substance over noise. And this is substance tape. Timing, price, roll. The league chatter pegs his chance to move in the mid-20s, which is code for available if someone is serious. And that's the lane I'm telling Chicago to drive. Slide the offer across the table with the performance bump. Look the rival in the eye and let the football fit do the persuading. If the ask jumps to a firm fourth with no protection, I'm out. We've done too much work rebuilding the board to start paying premiums for names. But at honest day 3 value, I'm in today. Because I can see the drive where it pays off. Late third quarter, 1 score either way, offense across midfield. Enagbare stones the C gap on first down for a 2-yard gain. We hold water on second. And on third, he walks the tackle back just enough that the QB can't climb. Sweat closes, ball pops loose, stadium shakes, and we walk off with points we weren't getting a month ago. That's not fantasy, it's alignment of traits and needs. Before I land the plane, I want your read right now because this community gets it. Do you greenlight a 2026? Fifth with snap and production protection, or hold for a cheaper rental with less early down value? Who loses snaps to make room? And which rush games do you pair with sweat most on money downs? Put it in the comments. I'm in there with you, and your ideas shape where we push next. My concise verdict is straight. At protected day 3 costs, Kingsley and Enagbare is the right hammer for Chicago's edge opposite Montez Sweat. He stabilizes early downs, compresses pockets without losing contain, and makes our 4-man truth dangerous again without mortgaging tomorrow. If you want more football like this clear, tough, built for game day, stick with me here at Bears News Fan Report. Hit subscribe, and let's keep building a defense that wins honestly when the weather turns.